Did you know that just 1 extra inch of belly fat could lower your testosterone by up to 2%? That might not sound like much until you realize that over a decade, that's 20% less testosterone, and with it goes your energy, your drive, and yes, your libido. We think of belly fat as a cosmetic issue, something you notice in the mirror, but it's much more than that. It's a hormonal saboteur, a metabolic time bomb, slowly draining your masculinity. And for millions of men over 40, it's happening right now, silently. Hi, I'm Dr. Paul Turek. I'm a board-certified urologist and men's reproductive health expert. For more than 2 decades, I've helped men reclaim their vitality, their confidence, and their relationships, not just with medication, but by addressing what really matters, root causes. And today I want to talk about something most doctors don't explain well. How abdominal fat, yes, that stubborn spare tire, is actively damaging your hormones and killing your sex drive. Let's get into it. So what's the challenge here? Men come into my clinic and say, "Doc, I just don't feel like myself anymore. I'm tired, I'm not motivated, I'm not interested in sex like I used to be." And often they're surprised when I don't start with a prescription. Instead, I ask them to lift their shirt. Because when I see a growing waistline, I see a deeper problem: low testosterone, poor insulin sensitivity, and chronic inflammation, all driven by belly fat. But why is belly fat so uniquely dangerous? Let's break this down. Unlike fat on your arms or legs, belly fat, especially visceral fat, is metabolically active. It doesn't just sit there. It secretes estrogen, increases cortisol, and blocks testosterone production. It literally turns your body against itself. Here's how. First, belly fat increases an enzyme called aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. Yes, estrogen, the hormone more commonly associated with women. So the more fat you carry around your midsection, the more your testosterone is transformed into estrogen, not just lowered, converted. Second, excess fat increases inflammation throughout your body. That inflammation disrupts your Pituitary-Gonadal axis, the hormone system that regulates testosterone production. So now your brain stops signaling your testicles to make more testosterone. And third, belly fat throws off insulin balance, leading to blood sugar swings and even early-stage diabetes. And guess what? Insulin resistance is directly tied to erectile dysfunction. So if you're wondering, why don't I have the same drive anymore? The answer might be hanging right around your waist. Let's ask the real question. Can losing belly fat restore libido? Yes, absolutely. In fact, studies show that men who lose just 10% of their body weight see a significant increase in free testosterone, not just total testosterone, but the form your body actually uses. And with that, libido improves. Morning erections return, confidence rises. But here's the problem. Most men focus on the wrong things. They try testosterone boosters. They try ED pills. But unless you deal with the underlying fat-driven hormone imbalance, you're just covering up symptoms. So, what's the real solution? Here's the moment that changes everything. To restore your libido, you don't need a better pill. You need to reverse the hormonal spiral that belly fat creates. Here's the blueprint I give my patients. Prioritize strength training. Muscle is metabolically active and burns fat even when you're resting. It also boosts testosterone naturally. 3 30-minute sessions per week can make a massive difference. Clean up your insulin response. That means cutting refined carbs, reducing sugar, and timing your meals. A diet focused on protein, healthy fats, and slow-burning carbs lowers insulin and helps your hormones rebalance. Optimize your sleep. Just 1 week of poor sleep can drop testosterone levels by 10 to 15%. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality, uninterrupted sleep. Support nitric oxide production. As blood flow improves, so does performance. Natural supplements like L-citrulline, beetroot extract, and pine bark extract can help. Track progress, not perfection. Belly fat didn't show up overnight, and it won't disappear overnight either. But even small wins, just a few pounds lost, can translate into measurable hormonal gains. And here's the best part. These changes don't just restore libido. They improve energy, mood, confidence, and long-term health. So what have we learned? Belly fat is not harmless. It actively works against your hormones. It reduces testosterone, increases estrogen, and inflames the systems that keep you vital and alive. But it's also reversible, not with a miracle drug, not with shortcuts, but with simple science-backed strategies that work from the inside out. You have more control than you think, and every pound you lose from that midsection is a step toward not just better sex, but a better life. If you're looking for support to boost nitric oxide or jumpstart hormone balance, I've included some trusted supplement links below that I've personally reviewed. And if you've got a question about your health, energy, or testosterone, leave it in the comments. I read them, I respond, and you're not alone. If you found value in this, consider subscribing to the channel. Every week, I bring you evidence-based advice to help you live stronger, sharper, and longer. I'm Dr. Paul Turek. Thanks for watching. And remember, belly fat doesn't just weigh you down, it holds you back. Let's change that, starting today.